Hi guys, it's SugarPlumSimss here and welcome back to another video. Today we are working on another apartment for my Hartford apartment complex series thing. I don't know if it's a series, probably is. I'm not sure, but anyway, so the last apartment I built was a bachelor apartment, and I kind of wanted to make more of a feminine or girly apartment, sort of like next door, so I don't know, maybe boy meets girl, you know. So this is more of a vintage looking apartment, or at least I think I called it vintage chic apartment. So I mean, as you can see, the kitchen isn't really vintage or anything whatsoever. I was just thinking maybe the kitchen had more of a modern feel to it, but the rest of the house has sort of like a vintage feel to it, so that is where the name came from. So we are working on the kitchen first of all, and this is on the same floor as the bachelor apartment. As you can probably see, I do look over a couple times just to see, just to kind of make sure that I don't use the same furnishing or like furnishing that is too similar. But I actually really like how this apartment turned out. So when I built the Hartford apartment complex, I wanted to have a few apartments in mind that I wanted to build. So I wanted like a bachelor apartment, I wanted a more girly or feminine apartment, and then I also wanted a sort of hippie, I guess, apartment, or maybe bohemian, which I will do eventually. It's probably going to be more of like an artist or something. And then I don't really know yet what else I'm going to do. I think I will also do like a glamorous or luxurious apartment, which should be quite nice to do, and I will probably do that at the top in the sort of penthouse type apartment, which I think will all turn out pretty good. So this video isn't actually that long, to be honest. I don't think these apartment videos are going to be very long because well, they're quite small builds, so this is only like 8 minutes, and you can see I'm doing this weird thing with the desk here where I'm basically filling in all the spots where you can, oh, and there's my phone, I forgot to turn it off. Just a Twitter notification just then. So with the desk thing, I did this thing where you kind of just fill it up with all the items, and then using the 9 key when you can no longer fit any more items on it, you can sort of just place it anywhere you want to on the desk, and I find that's really helpful, especially when you sort of want to clutter the desk, but it looks a little bit weird sometimes with some of the items that clip through it a little bit. So that is what I did, and I think it's quite useful for builders when you're sort of building and you want to clutter up items. So that's what I did there. And I did go back sort of towards the end, and I don't know, I just, usually when I'm building, I'll go back afterwards just to see if I can furnish it any better, because sometimes I find I don't furnish it enough, or I just think there could be a few more things that I can do to improve the apartment. So that's just something I do with all my builds really, and sometimes I'll do it off camera just so that the camera isn't just spinning around and everything, because yeah, I don't really appreciate the camera spinning around a lot when I'm trying to watch something, which is a little ironic considering I think the next video that comes out after this, because I did Rory's build challenge that she did for this month, and I should upload that probably a couple of days after this, and sort of towards the end of that the camera spins around a bit. I don't know whether I will try and sort of cut out too much of it, because I don't know, I kind of want to keep in a lot of the things that I do in my builds, just so that you can kind of see my thought process. And in the Greek seafood bistro build, I know that I cut out quite a few bits from that, but you could sort of see what I was doing in that anyway, so I didn't think it mattered too much. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to you seeing my Rory's build challenge. It's up on the gallery already. I think it is anyway. Yeah, it is. So, I mean, you might have seen it if you are following me on the gallery, and I do recommend that you do, because then you can kind of get sneak peeks for builds that are coming to my channel. And I can't remember what my name is on that. I mean, it's SugarPlumSimss, but the thing is that I have SugarPlumSimss has been taken up on Twitter, which is kind of annoying, to be honest, because I did look up, and because I really like the name SugarPlumSims, and I didn't really want to change it, so I was looking on Twitter, like, this was ages ago, bearing in mind, because obviously this was a while ago when I was setting up my YouTube and everything, but I did see who had the name SugarPlumSims, and as far as I'm concerned, their channel is basically extinct, and I don't know about on the gallery. I haven't actually checked on the gallery, but yeah, so I kind of wish sometimes that if people aren't using their Twitter account, they just sort of get rid of it, because they didn't have any posts on Twitter either, and it's just kind of annoying when people sort of like hog account names and they're not even using their accounts. So yeah, I mean, I've probably got a couple of accounts out there that I don't use and I still have the account name, so I mean, I can't exactly judge, but it would just be a bit nicer if I could have the name SugarPlumSims without any extra S's or underscores or anything. So yeah, just a bit of a rant there, and I haven't really been talking about the build much, so we're just working on the bedroom here, and the bedroom pretty simple, and it's basically just got your sort of standard items in it. I don't really know how else to describe it. Just got like a bed and stuff, and I tried to keep the vintage look and feel to it as much as possible, and I think it turned out pretty cool. And I also used this grandfather clock, which I thought looked pretty cool, and for a split second there I was about to finish off the build, and then I remembered, oh yes, forgot to do the balcony, which if you didn't see the last build, which I don't know if I'll link it down below, but I also forgot it, and oh, we're coming up to the screenshots, so I need to finish off. Are we coming? No, we have like a minute or so left, but yes, I will leave you to watch the rest of the video. I really hope you enjoy. Oh, and before I leave it off, I'm going to be uploading the shell of the apartment, the empty shell, with the floor plan and everything, and then I will also be uploading the finished apartment at the very end instead of uploading individual rooms, just because I can't get the balconies on as well without it looking bad in the gallery photo. So just thought I'd let everyone know, so you won't see the finished thing until I've finished all the apartment builds. But anyway, so I really hope you enjoy. If you did, give this a big thumbs up, and also subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!